Hi there, it's Deidre with Eyes Wide Open Arts. I am sharing a card that I made for the January Clever Dexter Challenge blog. Our theme this month is kindness, and our optional color palette is blue, purple, yellow, green, and white. We have had the pleasure of working with AlexSyberia Designs. She creates some amazing hand-drawn digital stamps, and today I'm working with the bouquet sketch stamp design. I'm going to start by creating a canvas that is the same size as the card that I want to make. My card is going to be 5 inches wide by 6.5 inches tall. I typically leave my background as transparent. That way, if I want to use this as a layering item somewhere down the road, I can save it as a PNG file, and that area will also be transparent. Okay, I'm gonna fuss around a little bit until I can see my entire canvas on my desktop. I like to be able to see exactly what my layout's gonna look like on a card. I'm gonna start by duplicating the image from the bouquet sketch onto my actual canvas by going to duplicate layer and then put it onto the untitled one, which is my file. You can tell it's mine because it has that gray and white checkerboard background. I'm going to do this one more time because I think I have an idea of how I want to rotate these flowers and create one more layer. This is really similar to just doing an electronic version of stamping and masking. Trust me, there are some fancier ways to do this, but I use like the very basic methods. I am no graphic designer. All right, so now that I've got both of my images duplicated, you can see the two backgrounds and then the layer one, which is my transparent background. I hit the little I button and turn one of them off so that I can work with the first one. My next step is to pretty much just make up my mind. So I'm going to rotate the image, I'm going to resize it, I'm going to move it around on my canvas until I get it in perfect placement. Don't worry about if it drifts off the edge because we have a way of cleaning that up a little bit later on. So enjoy the music while I do a little bit of design. Once I make up my mind and I think I get it where I want it, what I'm going to do is zoom in so that I can now begin the process of doing my digital fussy cutting. Don't think that this is any easier than masking or taking some tiny scissors to a stamped image and cutting things out. This is just as time consuming, if not more so. But you'll use the eraser tool, and that tool is resizable. As you can see, the brush size down on the bottom left hand corner in that toolbar menu. And basically I just go through and erase everything that I think I'm going to take out and not use as a part of my final image. As you can see, the other image is still turned off so that we can see one image clearly and we'll know exactly what we need to erase. Once you finish with the black lines and images, cleaning up the white background is a lot easier. You can increase the size of that eraser. You can run around the outside and get rid of all that white so that you can have a clear background. This is not so important unless you're going to be layering an image underneath it, and that way you want to make sure that your lines lay right on top of each other. Here you can see I have already unchecked the other eye, and I'm kind of jumping back and forth between can I see it, can I not see it? That way I can line up how my next image is going to look. What you're going to see me do on the right hand side of the screen with the layers is just drag one and drop it down beneath. What that does is change what's in the foreground and what's in the background. Had I been smart and done what I normally do, which is relabel the layers, it would have been a little bit easier to follow, but I didn't, so there we have it. What you're going to see now is me rotate, resize, and grab my eraser and erase just like I did for the earlier one. So I'll play some music so that you guys can watch that. Okay, I think I like the way my flowers and my layers line up. So now I'm going to zoom in really close and start to clean up the white around the outer edge of where those two layers are going to meet up. You're going to see that I grabbed my quick selection tool. I really like this because as you drag over an area, it basically finds everything that looks similar and allows you to select it in a quick swipe. Don't get me wrong, this is not perfect, but it does help a lot when you're trying to clean up all the way up to those black lines without going over. This makes it look like your image is one continuous image as opposed to two patchwork pieces. All right, now that we've got that really tedious work done, we're going to zoom out and make both of our images visible. My fat fingers on this touchpad on my Mac have a tendency to spin my images, but you can see this is exactly the way I want my layout to look. I'm going to flatten my image so I can see it as one white image, and then I'm going to prepare to go in and print it. I certainly recommend that when you print it, that you're sure that you change your default printing option from custom to the actual size that you selected. I designed my canvas as a 5 by 6.5 image, so I certainly want my image to print as a 5 by 6.5 image. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have learned a little bit and enjoyed how I do my digital stamping, masking, and fussy cutting. Hope you like the actual final card on my blog.